What is up, guys? LordRespawn here. Welcome to the video. So we finally have a name and a date for the sequel to the Breath of the Wild. As you can see, it is right here, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Here's the box art. It looks absolutely stunning. Here we have the icon that is going to appear on our Nintendo Switches. It looks absolutely stunning. With that being said, we're on the official Zelda website. Zelda.com/Tears of the Kingdom is live now. So make sure you check it out, and I'm sure more content is going to come on this site as we get closer to release, but we're mostly focused on the new trailer that dropped today. We're going to do a little analysis, and obviously down here real quick, available May 12th, 2023. Super excited, like many of you. But let's get right into this trailer. Starting the trailer off right away, we see this figure that we just don't know what it is. I have no idea. Lots of questions around that. And then we get into this scene. You can see some of the enemies from Breath of the Wild. You see some soldiers here fighting. You see maybe one of them has passed away there. An intense battle definitely just occurred. Next, we see the massive figure again standing on what appears to be some sort of platform with tears around him, or what appears to be tears, right? I mean, Tears of the Kingdom, it would make sense that each of these are tears. One thing to keep a note, there are 7 of them. Now the question is, does it relate to the 7 sages? What does this mean for the game? Moving on, we see this figure very similar to the Ganon-like figure that we saw in the initial trailer, where it was we'll call it a dead or almost dead Ganon that was kind of rising up, and then he looked at the camera. Very similar look to this drawing right here. Then we move into something that looks very much like Zelda. I mean, you can't really argue that. That is Princess Zelda right there. And then we see some writing on the wall that was in that green spiral stuff from the first trailer. Then we get into the actual gameplay. Link comes out of this tunnel, and you can see what appears to be 2 dragons in a circle, very similar to the logo of the game. Dragons are clearly a big part of this game. Now, I want to pause right here because there's some very interesting stuff. Obviously, we see Link in familiar clothes. Something that is interesting, you will see these little cartridges of something, and we don't really know what it is. Looks to be some kind of energy. Maybe it helps him fly. I don't know, but definitely wanted to call that out because I have a lot of questions about it. And then he jumps off the edge in true Link fashion. Just got to send it. Out in the distance, you see a gigantic structure that does not look like anything else in the trailer. You can see these are more lands, and this looks almost built by something, right? Could be a dungeon, could be something else. The other thing I want to show in this part of the trailer is you can see a tail over here on the left, and it continues on over here, thus confirming that dragons obviously are in the game, but it's good to see that dragons are actually featured in the trailer. Wonder how it ties into the story, though. That's a big question. He dives off, and, we're just going to send it, I guess. The typical gliding, and then we get into this part where Link is riding up almost like an elevator back up to the sky. Lots of questions there. Maybe it's a move that he can use, maybe it's something that he learns, but it's something that's going to allow him to go back up into the sky. Another note here is you will see some sort of structure in the sky here, kind of just covered in like a thunderstorm or clouds or something like that. A lot of questions, but it looks like maybe it's not accessible, or maybe it's a dungeon. Definitely want to explore that area. And then obviously climbing is a part of this game, whether you liked it or not in Breath of the Wild. But a big note here is that Link has a brand new weapon on his back. Another note is he's climbing up one of the roots, which is interesting. I wonder if you can only climb up the roots. What maybe you can't climb up the flush area. It's a big question, but just something to kind of note there. What you'll notice is that Hyrule Kingdom and Death Mountain have the exact same stuff coming out of it. Ganon has taken those over, the Dark Forces, whatever we want to call it. Something is happening to those 2 areas. Continue on down. Jumping on down, a random flying thing catches us, and we really have no idea what this is. Can we summon it? Can we do something with it? What does it look like? Who really knows? But this is a big shot right here. A lot of questions just came up from this final shot. At the bottom here, you'll see the green spiral at the bottom coming out of what appears to be maybe a shrine or some gap in the ground. You will also see that this is like a dragon or some kind of, maybe it's like the figure that's at the beginning of the game. And then you'll see a random bridge as well. Go back. We're going to let it play for a second. This is really big. So you will see in this shot right here that there's an opening in the ground, and this platform appears to be of roughly the same size. So you wonder if there's going to be gaps and caves in the ground. Maybe they lead to dungeons. Who knows, but definitely worth calling out. You can see different pieces and sizes of land up in the sky. That gives us into the logo, which again is 2 dragons similar to the door at the beginning. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has officially been revealed. There it is, the official logo. You can see that the Master Sword is broken, obviously, as we've seen before. And part of it is, put back together with the green stuff, so, TBD. And then here we can see Princess Zelda and that unknown figure, or what appears to be holding hands, interlocking hands, joining together, maybe to defeat Ganon. TBD. So let me know in the comments, guys, are you excited for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? I'm sure everybody is. For more Legend of Zelda content, keep it right here, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.